So me and Angie got to come up and visit more. And you know, me and Angie, we family people, we love helping people, and it's more than just primarily us. We love helping people and changing people's lives as well. So, with that being said, I don't know if a lot of y'all heard me last night, but we're not going to get to that part. We're going to do something else. I'm going to say why this is the best opportunity for you guys, and any people in the room have partners or significant others. No? Yeah? Oh, okay. Cool. So, tell you a little bit about me. When I met Angie, she was already in the business. So, at that time, I did not know nothing about the business. And I always tell partners or people in the business, let your partner know what it is that they do. So I didn't know what she was doing, so I wasn't very supportive. So my thing is, man, that picture got a little crazy. On the warrant did that on purpose. I had some hair in it. So my thing is, I didn't know what it was, so I wasn't very supportive. So I'm telling the partners now, get in the beginning, be supportive right now, from the bottom to the top, because they're definitely going to the top if they stay focused and stay in this business. Your life will definitely change. And I tell people everywhere I go, my biggest mistake was not supporting her. I went 2 years being non-supportive. When I did become supportive, we made $300,000 in 10 months. Wow. So that's my biggest thing. I kick myself in the butt every day for being that way. So I'm telling the partners now, get on right now. Because the getting is going to get good, it's going to get better, it's definitely going to change your life. Because now, I never would imagine that my life would be the way it is now coming from the hood. So this is the only opportunity and the only way out for us to be free. You're not going to be free on the job. You're not going to, it's just paying the bills. We all got to pay the bills, we understand. But if an opportunity arises for you to do better and be better, take it. Take it and run with it. So I'll leave this with y'all. This is the reason why you have to support your partner. 2 hands are better than 1. So imagine wherever you're trying to go, with 2 people doing it, you're going to get there faster. So faster and better, faster, bigger, and stronger. So with that being said, you guys, now a lot of stuff don't matter. See, a lot of problems, a lot of us are stressed out, high blood pressure, diabetes, all this kind of stuff. But a lot of that comes from stress. So if you eliminate all the stress, you probably live to be 105. So it's the little things that did it for me, you guys. When I say little things, just stuff like getting gas. Now, I don't worry about how much the gas is. I just fill up the car and keep going. I done got so cold now, I don't even get no receipt. The car and keep going. I don't look at the price of gas. But there was a time, I'm gonna put 10 right here.
Talk, sir.
I'm gonna take these other 10 and give me some meat. You see what I'm saying?
Yes,
but
sir.
now, it don't matter. And every now and then I relapse because when I go fill up the cars, her car, $124. Oh my God. She like, I never do that. Okay. Me, I'm like, shh. $124. Are you kidding me? But your life is the small stuff that changed for me. It just meant so much to me that I don't have to worry about the things I used to have to worry about. Like I don't have to worry about breaking down. I love traveling on my motorcycle. So I be with a bunch of guys who don't live like me. So if they get a flat tire or something happen with their bike, they stressed out. They got to stay an extra day. They got to wait on money. Or we come together and pay for it for them. Me, on the other hand, if my bike breaks, if they're not going to fix it in time, I'm just going to give them a new one and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? There's just no feeling. There's no feeling like that. And you guys can have that same feeling if you come in here and do it fast. It only takes, if you're really serious about this business, everybody that I talk to, primarily that's millionaires more, they tell me if you come in this business and be serious about it for 3 years straight, you'll never ever have to work again in your life. And I honestly believe that, and I'm solid. So I'm not going to take up too much time. I want y'all to hear from Angie. She's going to tell y'all about our story, our journey, and hopefully it'll inspire you guys to go out there and get it done, because, man, there's nothing like this. Nothing like this. Thank you.
All right. Hey, I give it up to my awesome husband, Randy Hogan. Man, thank you so much. We're so excited to be here. Greetings from Atlanta, Georgia. And again, like Randy said, thanks to Warren and Jada, you're awesome leaders, guys, and all the speakers. And I love what y'all just did with that meeting attendance with the me and Clara was going to take that back home. Because hey, what you focus on grows, true or false? True. So man, that's awesome. See, it won't pay for me to be in the organization and not compete to have the most people at the event, just based on what we just saw. So congrats to everybody that got the number one for that. Who's going to win the number one for the next one, though? Right? People hands going up. Okay, we're going to see. Okay? We're going to see. But again, I'm going to start off by telling you guys a little bit about our story, how I got on Primerica, and before Randy, and then once Randy got on board, how that made such a difference in our business. Prior to Primerica, I worked at Delta Airlines as a flight attendant for 9.5 years. Transitioned to flight attendant training, came here as a single mom. I had one son, well he's 19 now, but when I joined the business he was about 11 years old. And very active in sports. In fact, he was doing basketball, football, and baseball. So you know, I was getting worn out, and I was a teen mom, right? Okay, so once I had my son, I just didn't like being going on airplanes from home, staying in strange hotels, you know. But as a childhood dream, I always wanted to be a flight attendant, you know. That's really a glorified waitress position, all right? Definitely wasn't going to get financially free up in the friendly skies. And so, but I did it, you know, it was cute, right? That was cute for a minute, but it was a job. I went to college. I didn't finish though, because again, when I was putting in my application and resumes for the airline industry, I got the phone call from ASA, which is a commuter airline in Atlanta, for Delta now. So I started off there, and so when they called me with the job offer, it was time for my second semester. So what do you think I did? They said, well, training's gonna be 9 to 5 for 6 or 7 weeks. Well, I chose to take the job. So obviously I didn't finish college. I went, but I didn't finish. Any of those in the room? Anybody like that? That's your story? Okay, so I got an E for effort, okay? But I didn't get a degree, all right? And so that's what's amazing. I transitioned to Delta Airlines after about a year of working for the commuter airline, and that's when I did the 9.5 years there. So once I had my son, I ended up getting my real estate license to do real estate. Because like I said, I just kind of got burnt out with being gone away from home all the time. I wanted to be home with my baby. Where are my single moms at in the room? Raise your hand. Okay. So guess what? You can win here too. Okay, that's the beauty of it. So I got tired of being home, going from home all the time. So that's when I transitioned to the flight attendant training department. When I got my real estate license, did very well in real estate. Broke all kind of records, even my first year, right? Now what I was doing with the corporate world, I was taking leaves of absence. Because Delta will let you take time off. It's called managed time out. You just didn't get paid for it. But it was okay because I had a supplemental income coming from my real estate career. Does that make sense? And so I took a whole year off. Every month I was putting in for a 30-day managed time out, right? So I thought I was beating the system, but they called me in one day. And they were like, look, looking at your work record, you never work. And it's not fair to the senior flight attendant who's been here 20, 30 years that you getting all this time off. So when I left out, that means that's okay. Let me figure this out. I got to get them before they get me. So I left a 2-week notice because I came up with all kind of sob stories. You know, I had to take care of a family member. I was coming up with all kind of stuff, right? Just lying. And that didn't really work. So I said, let me just go on and leave on a good notice. My mom always told me, give a 2-week notice, you know, just in case you don't burn bridges, you might have to go back. But that's the broke man mentality, right? And so I did it, you know, I left on a good notice, turned in my 2-week resignation, and I was out there. But by then, you know, my mom always taught me that you don't quit one job till you have another one. I wasn't crazy. So I was already positioned in real estate, and I was making good money in real estate. So the last best year I had in real estate was over $229,000 in income. Okay, now this was somebody who didn't have a college degree. So I was seeing money that I hadn't seen before, not from working on the job. All right, so I ended up going through a big breakup with my son's father for 15 years. But it was okay, because like I said, I had money saved up. I didn't know what to do with the money I had saved up, and you're going to see in a minute when I get to that. But I did have some money that I saved, but it was in a free checking account. Okay, easy access, right? I could really mess that up. And so, fast forward, I really was just kind of figuring out what was I going to do. But I was seeing success in real estate. So it came to a point where the economy started taking a turn for the worse. Okay? And again, you know, in the Bible, they say a fool in their money will what? Soon depart. So all mine had started departing because I was making bad money decisions. I wasn't saving any money. I definitely wasn't investing any money. Nobody ever talked to me about that. So see, I needed Primerica too. I just didn't know it yet. Okay? And so I started with, so back to the real estate. So I did good in that, but then when the economy took a turn, my income dropped down to $60,000. Okay? So most of my friends were going back and getting their jobs. That was the cool thing, you know. Oh girl, I got on with the airline. I went back to Delta. I'm working through the temp service. Everybody was going back and getting jobs. So I said, okay, well, I'm good. So I sat there in denial a whole year. So what I did, I started doing some network marketing. You know, the Body Magic, the Juice, the Melaleuca, the YTB. Oh God, there were so many of them that I did. I didn't make any money in that stuff though. Why was I all over the place? I was looking for something, right? Okay, so 2009, I get approached with Primerica, right? Guess what I said? No, I'm good. Y'all ever heard that before? That don't really mean that good. And sometimes no doesn't mean no. It might just mean not right now. Okay? And so, fast forward 2009, and matter of fact, hold on, let me back up. While I'm in 2009, I'm working still, before I quit Delta, I was, like I said, I was at the training center. And somebody told me, come here, I got somebody I want you to meet. She needs a house. She's going through a divorce. So I went out in the hallway to meet this lady, and guess who that lady was? This is the first time Primerica came around. It was Sam's ex-wife. So I sold her house. And she was telling me about, you know, the business but again, I'm still doing all kind of things at one time. All right? And I hadn't hit rock bottom yet. So I wasn't ready yet. Okay, so 2010, money got funny. That network marketing stuff wasn't working. Okay? I thought it was, but it wasn't. And my back was against the wall, y'all. I just didn't know what to do. I was looking for something. So when the mortgage fell behind, I went back and interviewed back at the Delta Airlines job. All right? So imagine how excited that was, right? Exciting that was, not at all. So I went there just to see what they said. I said, let me just go see if I can get my job back. I don't even know if they're going to offer me a job, but let me just go see. And I went there and I was really overqualified because trying to come back in entry level when I had management experience. They were like, sure, come on back, go down around the corner, take your drug test. And so I did all that, that was fine. And then headed home, I was like, you know what, I didn't have the radio on. That was the longest ride home. I went on the phone, but it was the remote thought. Man, I'm gonna tell you something. This is how I felt. You know how you feel when you've been on vacation from work for about a week or two, and it's time to go back Sunday night? Yeah. You mentally trying to get ready for Monday morning? Are you pumped up about that? No. It's like, man, I gotta go back and work. That's how I felt. I said the remote thought of having to go back to a 9 to 5 where they telling on me if I'm out too long, if I'm coming back late from lunch. I don't want to have to deal with that. So that was a Friday night. I got home. My son had gone to stay with his daddy for the weekend. And I fell on my knees and I prayed that night. My prayer was, Lord, what else can I do? Show me something. There's got to be something out there. Anybody had that prayer? Yeah. It get real bad. And plus I was on my knees praying. So it's a different kind of prayer when you get on your knees, right? You in the prayer room, in the war room, they say, right? And so that's amazing because that was on Friday night. I prayed this prayer. On Sunday, my phone rang, and it was the same guy that called me a whole year ago in 2009. Which y'all think I was like, okay, wait a minute. Because I was talking to myself then. I was like, this is a sign. I just prayed about this, and this man called me already. Now, when he called, I don't know what he was talking about, but I remember saying, you still at Primerica? And he said, of course. I said, how y'all get paid? Why was I asking that? I needed a game plan fast, right? So at that time, you guys, we're getting paid twice a week. See, I was sold on twice a week because in Body Magic, we got paid once every 30 days. Kind of like a lot of teachers, right? And that ain't fun. I remember sitting at the bar on the weekend with my girlfriend, who did Body Magic with me. We'd be waiting on the pay to hit. That was real bad. So I said, y'all get paid twice a week. I said, now tell me about the license part. How that work? He said, well, they pay for you to get your license. I said, they pay for you to get your license. Now and I told him, I said, you know what, that sounds too good to be true. Like some people probably sitting here in the room thinking it sounds too good to be true. And I said, what's the catch? He said, there is no catch. And I said, okay, wait a minute. So I'm really like closing myself to overcome my own objections, right? So I'm just like, okay, pay twice a week. They pay for you to get your license. See, let me tell you something. All that stuff I did, the Body Magic, the juice, the travel, the water, the tea, all this crap that they got out there, you don't need a license for that stuff. See, this is a real business. We're on the New York Stock Exchange, right? This business is willable. The Body Magic ain't willable. Come on now, you know? And then I really caught on. I said, man, most women can just go on Macy's and get a Spanx. They just need a Body Magic. You don't need to pay $180 for no garment that's tearing your skin up and hurting, marking you up. I had so many marks from that stuff. And I didn't even need to wear it at the time, but I had to be a product of the product. They were like, girl, you got one on? And I was like, yeah, girl. You know, I'm showing, I'm like marking up my leg. I need somebody to eat. And that's real. I'm not lying. I promise you, I'm being 100% transparent right now. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, you know. And so, fast forward, I said, you know what? So they pay for you to get your license. I said, Now see, in real estate, any realtors in the room or ex-realtors in the room, y'all had to pay for that license, didn't you? Okay, so I said, well, I had to spend about $1,300 to get my license in real estate. So I just started thinking. I said, pay for your license, you get paid twice. I said, I said, okay, let me ask you this. I said, what would I need to do if I wanted to get going? Because see, he still wasn't closing me. Now let me tell you this. I was not at a meeting like this awesome event you guys are at today. I hadn't seen a presentation. I didn't even need to see one. My presentation was I prayed about it, he called me. Okay, I get common sense. See, scared money don't make money. Okay? And you gotta stop taking advice from people who don't qualify to give you advice. Especially when it comes to making smart financial decisions. Okay? And so I said, okay, and now in my mind, now mind you, in Body Magic, y'all, that was $350 to sign up a pot. And I remember I recruited 16 people for a business that you wasn't gonna get a license. It wasn't gonna leave a legacy for nobody behind, right? And $350 a pop. So I'm like, this is a real business here. Certainly I can do this. And so I knew that I really didn't have no money. My money had got funny. But what mama taught me was always have an emergency credit card for emergencies. That's the mama, you know, that broke mentality again, right? So I had 2 emergency credit cards there. This is a true story. And so I asked him, I said, well, what would somebody need to do if they want to get going in the business? He said, well, I'll just put you in electronically on my phone. So I had my credit card under the table. See, I was ready. Isn't that something? Again, I hadn't seen an office, hadn't seen a presentation, but I had heard of Primerica. All I knew was my mama did it years ago under somebody different, right? And as a kid, I remember going to a meeting, but I was a kid. I wasn't, you know, I might have been 16 years old when she drugged me to a meeting with her one day. And so I said, well, put me in, go on and put me in. And then put my girlfriend, the girlfriend I told you I did Body Magic with me, I made her go with me, right? I said, put her in behind me. And so she said, girl, hold on now, I don't have $100 to get in. And I said, well, hold on, I had one more emergency credit card. So I dug that one out. I said, put me on this one and put her on that one. Don't act like y'all never had to do split payment at the grocery store. Okay, I know I ain't the only one that had to do that. That's where he delivered me from, okay? That's a Chick-fil-A flavor for somebody. He will deliver you from that. Okay, so we got in, and I said, okay, what do I need to do now? See, I didn't know anything about Primerica. I just knew I was broke. I had to do something different. And my prayer was, you know, like I said, I know he didn't bring me this far to leave me. I don't want to lose my house. You know, I got to figure this out. And so I came in here, my goal, I said, if I can make at least $1,500 a month part-time, I'll try it. What do I have to lose? Everything else I did wasn't working. So, why not? And again, like I said, because I prayed about it. Some people pray about an opportunity. You're here today, and you still gonna say, well, let me think about it. What you gotta think about? Study long, study wrong. And so I said, okay, let's do it. So he said, you need to get you 3 people. I said, well, I just put my girlfriend down with me. You know, what's that about? He said, you're gonna get a pay raise. I said, pay raise? I heard that. Oh, well, hold on, I got 2 more I can get in right now. Let me call them these other 2 right now. And I got my senior rep promotion the same day I signed up. I'm just saying. So you don't never know what somebody's gone through before you share this awesome opportunity with them. How many people do you pass on a daily basis that you don't share this opportunity with, right? And so the thing is, you know, it's amazing because as I think back over my childhood to even to now, it's never been a cakewalk. I've always been the one that had the least out of the bunch I hung with. Does that make sense? And I never forget one of my best friends from high school, even when I was doing good in real estate, I had a party at my house and she was there sitting with her arms folded. And then one of my friends told me, what's wrong with that girl in the living room? She said that of all the people, you was the one that always had the least. So I was like, huh? So y'all know I never talked to her, you know. Sometimes God put people in your life for a reason and a season.
Amen.
And when you start elevating to a different level in life, everybody's not going to be happy for you. So a lot of those people are not, my friends changed because my circle changed. So who are you hanging around? Everybody's not designed to go on this journey with you. But you got to take heed and run the play and get in the game and go get the job done if you want to change your life. See, it's not like Morris the cat where you get 9 lives. You get 1 life. What are you going to do with it? That's the question. Now see, this business has been so phenomenal to us because, like I said, I got in here, my goal was $1,500 a month. My first 4 months part-time, Primerica paid me $20,000. $20,000 in 4 months part-time? And all I said was, let me give it a try? What you got to lose? Why? What did you have to lose? So $20,000 my first 4 months, I was excited. My first client that I wrote on my own was my dad, right? And my dad would never talk to me about life insurance. He would hang up the phone on me first. That's real talk. And so when I got into business, that conversation changed because I went from, Daddy, just support me, just support my business. So when I used the word support, he said, okay, cool, we'll just do a small one. Okay, that's fine. You know, I didn't want to have to pass it a hat in my family because none of them got $5 on nothing. Seriously. They always tell me, you know my situation, you know mine, y'all know how I go, right? And so, who would have known that 5 years later my daddy wouldn't be here no more? Okay? But because I got in here and I got it going and I fought through the nasties, no matter what it looked like, no matter what it felt like, I fought through it. And then there came a time when my daddy ended up transitioning. When they put him on home hospice care, Randy said, well, babe, we just going, because I had been going down there flying to Cleveland, Ohio to go with him on some doctor appointments, because y'all know the fact that your parents don't always be honest with you, because they don't want you to worry, right? And he was like, oh, they just found a little spot. You know, it's fine. So I was like, I told my mom, I said, trick him and find out who his doctor is. So I called the doctor to find out what his next appointment was. Because of Primerica, because I have freedom and flexibility and money, I could pay for a plane ticket the day before. That ain't never been possible before either, right? But I could go down there and go to the doctor's appointment with him and see what was going on. And that's how I found out that he had stage 3B cancer. It wasn't just, the story changed. So when I came back home, about 2 weeks later, they called and said, your daddy's really weak, he's not eating anymore. They're putting him on home hospice care. Randy said, no, we're gonna drive down there. We're gonna drive because we don't know how long we're gonna be. But because of Primerica, y'all, I put my brother on Greyhound. So you get what you pay for. He ain't never paid for nothing. He don't pay nobody back. So I put him on Greyhound bus. I'm not lying. He's like, you wrong for that, whatever. He was on Greyhound. I flew mama up there. I flew my sister up there, and then Randy and I drove. But it is amazing that we didn't have to call me and say, look, I need to request time off, family medical leave. My dad, they would have been like, are you kidding me? You done been 3 times. You got to go again. On the job, it don't work that easy. But see, we got freedom here. We got freedom papers here in this business. And we were able to all be there at the same time when my daddy made his transition. Isn't that priceless?
Yeah.
Priceless. When we got there and walked in, he's sitting on the sofa, you know, very, very weak, very frail, lost a lot of weight because he had lung cancer that spread to the brain. And he had 8 lesions in the brain. But he smoked a pack of cigarettes every day. Wouldn't stop it, right? He finally quit a year prior to passing, but it was too late. And so when I walked in there and sat down with him, he looked at Randy and said, "You rode your motorcycle way out here?" He said, "No, Dad, you know, we drove." And he said, "Well, I'm so proud of you, Pooh, for you and doing Prime America. I'm so proud of you." You know how they don't get the name right. They say Prime America. Prime America, Daddy. But I let him have it that time, so he can get away with it. So he said, "I'm just so proud of you." But y'all, just to even hear your father say something like that to you before he passed, because that was Thursday night, which y'all don't get. That's the last night he could talk. He couldn't talk no more Saturday. But because my husband, who bought out to Prime, who sold out to Primerica, and was there with me and said, let's go now, pack the bag, we hitting the road. We got in there Thursday night about 7 o'clock. 7:30, he's telling me how proud he is of me. He was letting me feed him applesauce. This is real talk I'm giving you. Saturday, so Thursday night, he asked Randy, he said, "Can you take me to my bed? I'm tired, I want to lay down." He couldn't even walk, y'all. He was that frail. Randy got him in the bedroom. Saturday, he couldn't talk no more. I was trying to make him, the Ensure shakes out through a straw. He couldn't sit no more through a straw. We got there in the nick of time because we were free because of this business. Isn't that amazing? So that was Thursday night. We got there Friday. He can't talk no more. That's a blessing though. And then y'all, Friday he couldn't talk anymore. He slept all day. Saturday, all day. And the hospice nurse was there, and I said, "Man, can I take you outside?" Because y'all, his new wife, that's a whole nother show for another time. But she wasn't doing nothing right. She wasn't feeding him. She wasn't trying to do nothing right by him. So I told the hospice nurse, "Can we pay you extra to come in here and just take care of him and feed him and stuff?" And she said, "Well, let me talk to you outside." So I'm like, "Okay, what's up?" You know. She said, "This is what I do, and in my experience, you're not going to need to hire a nurse for your daddy. He's slipping away already." I didn't want to hear that. But guess what? Saturday night, he was gone. So Thursday we got there, he told me how proud he was of me. Saturday, he couldn't talk no more. Sunday, he's gone. But because I made a decision to sell out to this business, I was able to be there and have my family there and be at his bedside when he passed. Isn't that something? Let's give it up for the business, man. That's priceless. It's priceless. And even now, until we flew back home, Randy and I was getting ready for and we had an engagement dinner the same day of his funeral. Because the wife did the funeral in the morning time. So I went there for that, and she's like, "Well, we ran out of programs." And I said, "Well, you know, let me use my daddy card to go get some more programs made." She said, "Well, no, this lady told me I couldn't use my daddy card." Like I said, that's for a show for another time. Okay. So I said, "Well, I'm going to go get him some more programs made." Now, she got a policy, because he told me that she had done it. The policy he had was going to her, but he did a little small with me. But regardless, I'm in a business where I can go get my own programs done for my daddy's service. And we weren't doing those black and white. We're doing color. We're not doing bootleg stuff for him. But because of Primerica. So man, this business would truly change your life. But you got to come in here and get in. First, you got to get in the game, get in the business, and go to work. It's gonna pay off. This is not a business where you don't need to let your feelings be on your shoulders, man. People out there are looking for us. And just being able to have been that blessing and been there. So came back home, we had our engagement, dinner, celebration, whatever it was. But we've been so busy. When you're in Primerica, things happen so fast, right? And so fast forward, you know, we just been able to be such a blessing. Not even after my daddy passed, you know, it's like when he told me he was proud of me, that was when I was able to pass that test I was struggling with. Because I said, I gotta do this now. I gotta get it done. And I told myself, you will pass this test. And I got focused, and when you make a decision to do something, guess what? You do it. Okay? And so that was my dad. That was the situation with my dad. And so I've been through a lot of things. You know, everybody in this room, raise your hand if you've gone through something in the last week or so. Everybody. That's called life. But you can't get comfortable and just lay there and be stuck. See, a job is great. I don't knock a job, but you're not going to become wealthy on a job. A job will pay the bills. But what's your exit plan? Are you going to retire on the job? You're not going to retire wealthy on the job. And 401k, pension plans, those are going away. Did you know Social Security is going away? So unless you have some money saved up that's growing, you got to have a plan B. This was my plan B. Now my plan B, this is my plan A. And your plan B is work harder on plan A. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so my first 10 months, y'all, we made $50,000. $50,000 in 10 months. So at that time, I was like, okay, wait a minute. I'm making full-time money, but I'm here part-time. That's a beautiful situation, right? To make full-time money, but you're doing it part-time. So that was when I went to Sam and I said, well, if I want to go full-time, because it had to make sense. I said, if I want to go full-time, because I'm thinking how much more I could do. Even when I was in real estate, my broker told me, he said, think about how much more you can do if you give it your 100% effort. Not 40%, 30%. Not treat this like a hobby, but treat this like a business. Take ownership. Play for your name being on the back of that jersey. Isn't that amazing? And so I said, I want to go full time because I want to get us on 110%. And I'm so glad I did. I went RVP in 16 months. I got the ring, which is $100,000 in income, in 17 months. Got stuck around 175 in income. It's not a bad place to be stuck at, though, is it? Right? Or legally, that's not a bad place to be stuck at, okay? And make legal money. And then so when my other half, Randy, got on board, I hit 200. He was in the game. He was coming around, so we hit 200. And then after that 200 mark, he sold out, and we ended up jumping through 3 diamonds in 10 months because we made the decision to go recruit crazy. That means go find a lot of people who are looking for us and help them make some money. Because see, here's the thing. You guys heard of Zig Ziglar, right? What does he say about that? He says, help enough people get what they want, you're going to get what you want. So see, that's what motivated me. So I do owe the person who recruited me a special thanks because he let me go out there and use my license. And he showed me how to do it. And although I started with my warm market, which was my immediate family, because all of them didn't have anything as far as coverage. And I saw the check. I remember coming from the mailbox and my check for my dad's policy was like $286. And my mindset, I was like, shoot, I got my money back. That was small thinking. But I got the money back. And I didn't get no bonus money. They weren't doing the bonus money that they're giving away to y'all now. But if they did, you know, they got that too. Okay? See, don't leave money on the table. Just run the play. The best thing you can do is come in here if you're brand new. Where the guests at? First time guests, raise your hand. Okay, so the best thing you can do is come in here and be coachable to your trainer and run the play, and you're going to go get licensed and you're going to have some success. And then once you start exceeding your expectations, you're going to be so super excited. See, I was just excited. I was ignorance on wheels. I didn't even know about bank A, bank B, theory of decreasing response. I didn't know none of that stuff. But I was excited when I got here. And I was excited about where I was about to go, what was about to happen in my business, right? And so, guys, you got to take ownership of that. So, fast forward, when we hit those 3 diamonds in 10 months, we had a lot of momentum going on. You see, when you're recruiting, you got a recruiting surge going on. You have a lot of people that's getting promoted, that's making money, that's getting bonus money, that's winning trips. Raise your hand if you ever won a company trip before. See, I've never not won a trip. I've never missed a trip. Because it's different when you travel when somebody else is dying, right? And our company spends a lot of money back into the sales force. And they make you feel special. See, I remember the first Woman in Primerica I had to go to. My roommate told me she registered and she didn't. So I told her, because they called me and said, well, we're going to assign you a roommate. I said, no, I already got a roommate. They said, no, she didn't register. I said, oh. So I told Randy, baby, you got to go be a Woman in Primerica. So he drove me up there. I was kind of hiding him from y'all then, but that was because he was on a probation period. Y'all had to make sure that he was going to be the one. You know, ladies, we can't be bringing this one around and that ain't no good look. So you got to have wisdom. That's why I was high. That's one of the reasons, okay? The other ones, he was a little rough around the edges at first, but Primerica got in him and smoothed him out. I'm being honest, right? So you can be in Primerica, but when Primerica gets in you, you self-develop. You become a better person. You become a better leader. You become a better husband or mother or wife or whatever it is. Primerica makes you better all the way around. Isn't that amazing? And so we've really grown as a couple. We've grown as partners. We're best friends. You know, and I don't care even if you don't have a spouse or a significant other. We've got several mother and daughter teams in our business. Okay, so however we'll form a partnership, but two heads are better than one. So you come together and you lock arms and you go get this deal done. We've been able to be a blessing, and I'm going to show you guys in the afternoon session. I brought something that already and I want to share with you on how we've been able to be a blessing to my mom, to his father. You know, you heard Clara talking about when she brought her mom the car. Man, that's awesome, isn't it? Yeah. To sit there and think for a second, what would you do if you had some extra money that you could just bless somebody in your family? And maybe money's not everything, but it does solve a lot of problems. I seen a time where Randy was on a bike trip and his tire went out, and we had to figure out how we're going to pay for it. I remember that. But I also remember at a time where his motor, he had some engine issues, and we were somewhere and the bike broke down, and I said, well, let's just get another one. That's called options. Okay? That's not called, let's figure out how you're going to get home. How about you just get a new one, trade that one in? You have like 100,000 miles on it anyway, didn't he? Because he drives to California like he's going around to the corner store on a motorcycle. Okay? So I want to ask y'all something real quick. So raise your hand if you're still working a job. Okay? So then I want you to do what I asked you to do last night in the locker room. Write down on a sheet of paper, if you have a sheet of paper, or think in your mind, or put it in your phone. If you could, what kind of monthly income would you need where your life would change forever? Where you could live the dream life that you've always thought about living. For some of you, it may be $10,000 a month. Some might write down $20,000 a month. Some might write down $50,000. Whatever it is, write it down because you got to see it. You got to see it. And then, everybody wrote it down? Everybody got that number? And then ask yourself, for the ones that are still working on a job, am I going to be able to get this by staying here on my job or working a job? Is this achievable on the job? Well, we already know the answer, right? Unless you wrote down $2,000 a month or $3,000 a month or maybe $4,000 or $5,000 a month. Anybody wrote $20,000? Raise your hand. Anybody write $30,000? Anybody write $50,000? Who wrote $60,000 or higher? Who wrote $70,000? Okay, so I want somebody to raise their hand that's still working on a job though, that's not in Primerica. How much you write there? She wrote $50,000. Okay, what you write? He said $15,000. He felt that too. $15,000. That's make a difference, won't it?